Some stories never die. They only wait to be heard. This is Night Hauntings. Last time, we walked the silent corridors of Waverly Hills Sanatorium, where disease and death blurred the line between the living and the lost. But tonight, we return to another place of despair, a place where the cries of the forgotten still echo through empty wards, and madness itself seems to linger in the air. This is the asylum where madness never left, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. In the heart of West Virginia stands a Gothic fortress of stone and shadow. Construction began in 1858, a time when people still believed the broken mind could be healed with sunlight and gentle care. It was designed under the Kirkbride plan, long, staggered wings meant to let air and light flow through the halls. The blueprint of hope. But hope here was short-lived. By the early 1900s, more than 2,000 patients filled rooms meant for only a few hundred. Overcrowding turned treatment into chaos. Desperation turned medicine into cruelty. The promise of healing gave way to darkness, lobotomies, ice baths, electroshock, isolation rooms. Behind these walls, countless souls were forgotten, their pain pressed into the stone like a permanent scar. The staff changed faces, the patients came and went. But the cries, they never stopped. Some say the building began to breathe, to live, to remember. They called it a hospital, but to those who lived here, it became a prison of the mind. Orderlies whispered about shadows moving on their own. Nurses spoke of cold hands gripping their arms in the dark. Patients vanished without explanation, and when the screams came from the lower wards, no one dared to go see. One night, a riot broke out in the violent ward. By morning, several were dead. Another time, a patient was found dismembered, his remains scattered across the floor. The reports called it an accident. The staff knew better. As the years passed, madness consumed the building. The walls cracked, the paint peeled, and the asylum seemed to sink into its own despair. When it finally closed in 1994, people thought the horror would end. But those who entered afterward, ghost hunters, caretakers, even skeptics, all said the same thing. The silence was not empty. It was listening. Today, investigators call Trans-Allegheny one of the most haunted locations in America. Some come seeking proof. Others thrill. Most leave with something they cannot explain. In Ward 4, the spirit of Ruth is said to throw objects at anyone who enters. She hated men in life, and still does. Down another hallway, visitors hear a child's laughter echo through the dark. They call her Lily, a little girl who died here, abandoned and alone. She is said to roll a small rubber ball down the corridor when someone speaks her name. Many claim to capture whispers on their recorders, voices pleading for help, others demanding they leave. A few have seen shadow figures moving across the halls, solid enough to block the light, gone before they can be followed. Doors slam without warning. One team reported hearing footsteps behind them as they ran for the exit, but no one was there. They swore. The asylum did not want them to leave, and perhaps it never lets anyone leave. Even now, decades after its doors were locked, the building stands as a monument to everything humanity fears: confinement, madness, and the unknown. The halls are quiet, but the memories remain. Every whisper, every cry, every moment of pain still lives within the stone. Some places are simply too broken to forget, too haunted to die. Trans-Allegheny is one of them. This was the asylum where madness never left, the second chapter of the Asylum Trilogy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Next, We descend even deeper, to a place where the screams never stopped. They're waiting for you at the next one.